tiger on the prowl. I'ma make it go wow. I'm original, and I told you so. I'm a kid in the candy store with the leather on the denim. I ain't the cure, I'm the venom. If you wanna find me, find the taillight. Something's coming in, you're gonna wanna take a red eye. It's time to go. It's time to go. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Don't blink, don't blink. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Don't blink, don't blink. I don't wait for nobody. I'ma sign my name on the dotty. City lights call my name, drawn to the flame, and I'm feeling kinda naughty. I hit the ground running, step out the door and I'm stunning. Better hold tight cause you know what's going down. I'm setting the pace cause this is my town. So get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Don't blink, don't blink. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Don't blink, don't blink. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Don't blink, don't blink. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Don't blink, don't blink.
Happy What Up Wednesday, Keely down FH Empires. Good to see you, third team. I hope you're doing well and fantastic. I feel a little, just might be a scooch too close. Too close to the old teleprompter and camera there. I hope you're having a fantastic week. It is that time of year where everyone's thoughts turn to Netflix and all the things that you're going to be able to watch over the holidays. If you have any recommendations for me, please drop them in the chat because I would like to know. Because if somebody doesn't tell me to watch something fun, I might just work through the holidays. Nobody wants that. Also on that note, next week will be our annual holiday... Wait, is it working? Shit show? Our annual holiday shit show. Piss up thing. Maybe this year I won't spill Prosecco on my keyboard, but I probably will. I mean, really, I probably will. Who doesn't want to see that happen? There will be games, there will be hijinks, there will be ugly Christmas sweaters. So if you have a picture of yourself wearing an ugly Christmas sweater, if you would like to send me one that day, I'd like to see it. And the place to post those is in the Discord server. There'll be a flashy thing, a stinger coming up in a little bit that you can check out. And that will be the place to go. fhempires.com/DS. All right. Today is all about the indoor, the shed, the inside, the 6-on-6, the other amazing format of our game. We have a few other formats. They're just not quite, amazing. This is what we're talking about today. We're going to go with some free push rules, review them. Hitting the ball with 1L. Bullies. Oh, good times. Drilling and maybe flashing. Ooh, I didn't set up that scene. That might be a little awkward, but we'll find out. Yeah, things, this was a big show to set up. It was a very big show to set up. So let's get into it, shall we? Or maybe I'm just going to have a quick look and see who's here. All of my comments are not showing up because I haven't opened up that window. So just give me a hot minute. If I could ever remember the shortcut, I would play that instead. Let's see what happens. Oh boy. Lots of there. There's Potlucks. There's Kia Ora from Stefan. And Simon's on replay. Squad. That's all right. It's always good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Sebastian, yes. You'll be watching most of it after. Thanks for popping into the tailgate, the pregame. That was nice to see you in there in the voice channel. And that again is in the Discord server. So if you haven't joined in there yet, who are you? Just get in there. Come on. It's free and it's fun. Mike McCartney, multitasking. Yes, I don't know if you're talking about yourself. Maybe you are. But I was doing some epic multitasking. I was really impressed. Hi. Oh, look, we have a new person. Wait. Oh, and I probably have this. Wait, I can do it. Hi, Ed. Good to see you. If I've said your name wrong, please correct me. But okay, that's enough of that. But it's really good to see you. Thank you for popping in, and I hope you enjoy it. Oh, I know, right? Mr. Denman, I'm glad you're here. You're going to work on some potluck stuff. And yes, welcome to the family, the team, the community. Honey roast gammon and a pizza for dinner. Okay. This is very exciting. Shane's here, of course. Always saying, bring on the bully. William, great to have you. Good to see you. Rachel's here. And yes, the Cabernet Sauvignon is on deck tonight. Fantastic. Let's see. I'm just gonna scooch out. I just feel a little, I just feel a little big. There. Okay. That's better. I thought you were seeing a little bit too many of my wrinkles there. Scott, hi. Hamish, Scott, I was looking at an old What Up Wednesday, like way back machine. And there you were in the comments. I could see in the live chat replay. And I was like, Scott's been doing this for a long time. I'm really glad you're part of this escapade that we go on every Wednesday. And thanks for being in the green team as well. I was running a little late. Thanks. Welcome. Is it a tea or an Irish coffee? No. Next week, sir. Next week is when the pandemonium will hit. And I will be going to buy some Prosecco for it. It's making tea dancing. Yes, Inga's here. Good to have you. Fantastic. Oh, we have some sports ball. That's going to be the last we hear of that, Mr. McCartney. We do not sports ball during What Up Wednesday. And Fam is here. Is the Pro League on Netflix? It's not. It's all up in my hard drive, though. It beeped, but I didn't get ducked. Oops. I guess that button wasn't working the way I intended. There you go. Can summer Christmas shirts? Yes. Stefan, you make your rules. Look, I'm not like a cultural appropriator, megalomaniac. I am all over whatever you tell me is your ugly Christmas sweater. I will believe you. You'd show up in a bear costume. I'll be like, nice Christmas sweater. Well done. I mean, what? Of course I would. Why wouldn't I? Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Just centering myself. And can you tell I'm a little OCD? Hard to say. It's time for indoor, but you live in an area with no indoor, but you'll listen to Lauren. Excellent. Because you know what? It really helps. Oh my God, you guys! Olivia's here! Hi. Go study. Olivia is one of my favorite humans, and she's studying engineering in first year, and she is working hard. I hear you coming home for Christmas, so drop me a line, okay? I'd love to. I don't know, what do the kids do? Do they go for coffee? Let's go for coffee. And maybe your dad can come, or maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. Everybody's talking. Yes, Graham, you have been all over me about the indoor stuff. So here it is. This is you. This is your show. You said I want indoor, and I'm like, fine. I'm going to give them a whole show of indoor. This is all about you. And no, we don't like the Bullies. Gary, good to see you. Good to see you back. And yes, finishing of schools. Hello, Midboyne Benoist. Can I say that properly? I don't know if I'm saying that properly. maybe phonetically write it out for me so that I don't get it wrong, because I do try to get everybody's names right. Just wait till I do the announcements. And I thank people. I have phonetic writings out of people's names. You're just here for, this is so exciting. So many new people. Oh, good to have you. Thank you. And your Christmas sweater lights up. Okay. You're going crazy. And Don's here. Excellent. Montana says hi. Hey, and keen to learn indoor. Fantastic. And there you go. Day 1 of 2. Oh, tomorrow, Simon, I'm crashing. I'm crashing the party. I already asked. I got approval. I'm going to behave. I'm going to be very quiet. I'm just going to sit in the background and listen and learn, because every question that's asked, every answer that's given, every discussion, every angle, every clip, I learn something every time. So no, I just don't just come out here in these streets and be like, let me tell you all the things that I know. I do that. But I also make a big practice of trying to crash as many National Association briefings as I can. Like I went to the USA indoor briefing that Sean Rappaport hosted about a week and a half ago now. And it was very, very good. And I learned things, not because there were things in the briefing that I didn't know, but I learned things by watching how people reacted and what questions they asked. Always good. Okay. So now that I'm all caught up on all these things, I am going to hit. I am good at shutting up. Right now, my job is not to shut up. I do my job. Whatever my role is in the moment, I do my role. And my role today is for us to talk about the free push rules of indoor. Punch.
Yeah, we saw a penalty
I don't know. I'm excited.
saved,
I have music
and then,
going in my head.
retaken for keeping
So
off the
this
line.
scenario, and this is no shade, obviously, just an illustration of how important it is for us to know this rule. So there's no poll involved in this one. I just wanted to show this because we have to be very aware. Even once we've called the free push, it's not time for us to sort of sit back and chill and, check our phones. This is the moment in which we have to be thinking, where did the foul occur? Where am I going to be happy where the ball is? Where is 3 meters? And off we go. Okay. And where do I need to move? Luckily in indoor, it's not nearly as much work as outdoor. And the way that I position myself in indoor, I don't know, like I barely move. I'm just kidding. I do move, but it's just so much easier. Anyway, so in this scenario, I think everybody can agree that what we see.
Could you try again?
Siri, really? Did you guys? I'm sure y'all heard that because my watch is right here.
I'm not sure I understand.
Yeah, that's okay. That's why I'm here. So, just a raised ball off the deflection and the attempted interception by the German defender. That foul happens inside the circle. And according to the rules under 13.3 in indoor, and we can pop over and spend a hot minute looking at that if you want. Okay. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart because I'm reading this as we're going and I'm trying to figure out, because it says outside the circle. Yes, this is the one I'm looking for. Sorry, I was like, am I wrong about something again? This is going to hurt. So this is the clause that we're looking for is, of course you're not working. So rude. So rude. We're looking for right at the top here, C. A free push awarded inside the circle to the fence is taken anywhere inside the circle or up to 9.1 meters from the back line in line with the location of the offense. So if they choose to take it from elsewhere from where it happened, It must be inside the circle. The starting point, the place at which they are taking the free hit from, the place from which they are taking the free push must be within the circle. Otherwise, it can be just outside if you want it to be in line. So in this situation here, the Dutch defender's alive to that. I did slow it down and zoom in a little bit. With the resolution, I got 720p, and who really knows? I think it's still, in this moment, you're not going to get super, super pedantic about whether that ball is taken inside or not, because the setup is inside. It's really, really close. So when it's close, we play. Okay, so I think that is, really, really what we're looking for. I wonder if I can get this to work. Camera overlay. Haha, there it is. Don't mind me. I'm just fixing things on the fly. Okay. I feel better now. I mean, yeah. This is not the worst that we've seen, though. There you go. Yay, learning indoor stuff. I don't know. Hey, Siri, what's a bully? Oh, and now she ignores me. Okay. So no confusion over that one. But it is one of those things that slips by us, and it's got to be part of our setup routine. So if you want to hear more about a system that you can apply to your free pushes or your free hits, it's a very regimented pattern. Come into the Discord and bug me. Maybe I'll do like a short or a quick video on that. And now my battery's going to run out. Teleprompter, like, this is fine. This is fine. There we go. And I'll lead you through that. But to me, it's one of the habits that you really need to incorporate into your umpiring in order to be able to get all of your little detailed decisions right, get yourself positioned and moving properly, and all that sort of thing. 9.1 meters from the baseline would be at the top of the circle, but the offense did not happen on that side. Right, Stefan. So, as we reviewed right here, maybe you were looking away at the moment that we talked about this. Hopefully. Does that work? It does not work. I'm really, really trying to show you guys all this stuff, and it ain't happening. But here it is. It's 13.1C, a free push awarded inside the circle of defense, can be taken anywhere inside the circle. So there you go. And yeah, that's a really good point, Mike. This is consistent with outdoor. And when outdoor changed the rule to be in line with indoor, it was like, yay, it made it easier. Okay. The thinking is definitely the same. All right. Good stuff. Let me turn that off in case it actually shows up. That is so weird. It's like in a different place. I'm not going to worry about it. Here's the next scenario.
We're quite happy with the free hit here.
From the back there on Unterkirchen. Germany need the ball. They don't need to concede a free. Oh, that could be a card. Taken quickly. For Edwards.
Yeah, I think there'll be a card here.
Quite right.
And I'm surprised that his colleague didn't give that green card straight away for that. I guess he wanted the advantage to stay with the Germans at that point, but the correct decision.
So this is late in the final from the Europeans this weekend. In the men's side, obviously, because that's what you're looking at, is a bunch of dudes playing. And very late in the game, there is an interruption. There is an infringement, a delay, whatever. It's a piece of misconduct that's clearly meant to break down the play and stop the attackers from moving in, and they are behind a goal in this moment. And it's really tempting in these moments to jump in and want to card right away because the offense is right there. It's very clear. When you're dealing with seconds on the clock, and in indoor, it's even more magnified how important these seconds can be. And when this is all happening, this play is happening between 30 and 10 seconds left to go. So it's really important to know where you are. You can play this next free push. Even though the foul was interrupted and the play was reset, to let that free push go, because that would be the best result for the attacking team, and then come back to the card after that is really, really good umpiring. Really good umpiring. So I thought that was really awesome to see. Again, no question on that one. I just wanted you to see that, that's what it is. Okay. I think I figured out why that thing was coming up so small. I think I got it. Okay, I'm locking it. All right. Our third free push scenario. Same game, but earlier.
Controlled by
and I kept all this in because I wanted you to watch the defender.
And now we have 50% of the...
And the mindset that defender might be in this moment.
Match push as well here. Oh, Germany have won a penalty corner. Michael Corvo is penalised. He didn't enjoy the decision. He made that fairly clear there to the Italian umpire, Antonio Grande.
I'll come back to this, Simon. It's a good question. Okay, so I leave a lot of that context in there because I think there's two separate questions we can discuss in here. But one of the things I want to talk about is how much preparation you need to do, how much thinking ahead, how many wheels you got to grease in your own mind as to what could possibly happen here. Defender pissed off, he gave up a free push high in the circle. He's their number one scoring threat, and he's mad and he's yelling at himself. And then he commits another foul where he's overtly physical and maybe takes a little shot. Who knows? Not saying. And then breaks down play because he's unhappy at everything. One thing that wasn't anything you could talk to about the umpires, and then another frustration, and then breaks down the play. Seeing these patterns coming and understanding that preparing yourself for what can happen will make this kind of decision a lot easier for you to make. The other question that you might want to ask, and maybe this is something that we can poll quickly, is how you feel about that 3-meter decision. Do you feel that was an infringement, or do you feel that the defender got back in time? So was it a penalty corner, or was it play on? Cat. There you go. I just gave you the poll just sitting right here. Oh, this one isn't looping either. Oh, I'm rolling with it today. That's about the third technical hiccup. And let me come back while you guys are thinking about that. Let me come back to this question from Simon. Could you allow a second phase of play? Now, this is the problem that I have with the wording of phase, because we don't have a firm idea of what a phase of play is. So this is one of those terms that I've heard, Mace use a lot, and a few other commentators, and sometimes they're using it more in the context of there's this section of play in the circle, and then the next thing happens in the circle, but there hasn't been a whistle that stopped anything. So it's more like an idea that there's a cluster of things, a move, a defensive attempt to tackle, And then there's another move and another attempted defensive tackle and another potential decision to be made. And that's the separation between the phases. So I'm not sure exactly what you mean here. I think you can go on to the extent that because indoor moves so fast, and that play would have been, the result of that play would have been bang, bang. You could, but you don't want that defender who's caused that breakdown necessarily to have the chance to get back. Because even more than in outdoor hockey, in indoor hockey, it makes a big deal. And we've got 20 seconds left on the clock when all this happens. So leaving that player on for the remainder of the 20 seconds because you're trying to let that play continue almost makes it like you're not going to give the card, because they can still have an impact on what's happening. So it's a really delicate little balance. So the answer, Simon, to your question is maybe. As the way that a hypothetical goes, that's probably all I've got. Maybe. Okay. Let me know how we're doing. I'm going to close the poll in another 30 seconds, and I'll see what some of your comments are before we do so. So get your votes in like right now. Okay. So for Hamish, it's taken away a very attractive offensive route by tracking backwards and making no real attempt to move anywhere other than backwards. Also, looks like it could be a stick obstruction too. No expert. That's all right. Especially in indoor, it has a large impact. That's a really good point. Okay. It's like take outdoor and speed, numbers of decisions, consequences of angles. Everything's impact is magnified. It's outdoor on steroids with this weird twist that you can't lift the ball unless you're shooting on goal. Okay. So, but it takes the two attacking quarters and deletes the middle part and shoves those two attacking quarters together, and half the players almost, and it's just everything concentrated in full glory. So the taking away an angle like that in indoor has even more impact than you have in outdoor because of the lack of other options, the lack of space, all that sort of thing. Hi, Ben. Ben, are you new? Or is it? I don't know about last names. I'm not going to blow a DJ air horn until I know for sure. But if this is your first time, let me know. Where we are. We're 30 minutes into the stream. Thank you. The attacker having to step to the outside means Corporate did continue to affect the play. That is, and I mean, let's be clear. If any player would be smart enough to make sure this looks as much like a breakdown as it is, it's going to be that guy. But I think that's very true. Hockey in a goldfish bowl. Yeah, that's a good one too. Minimal stimulus with maximum effect. Oh, Chad, hi. Good to see you. 3 meters is fine. The attacker's allowed to get back and defend. Can't expect them to disappear. The tackle after 3 meters is easily a PC for the breakdown tackle. Okay, and that's the other issue there. Okay, I'm going to end this poll and do a 2-minute warning. And this is hard because if you are calling this as a PC for the breakdown tackle, but not for the 3 meters, I wasn't specific enough on that. And I'm really sorry. So duly noted. But for 70% of you, that is a penalty corner, and the other 29%. And so maybe somebody like Chad would think that that's a 29. He's in the 29%. Who knows? Steven, to you initially it felt a bit harsh as I looked at the attacker, but taking it, looks like the attacker was just taking it closer to force the defender back and forced it in 3 meters, but on the replay, it's taken in the right place. Yeah, it's definitely taken the right place. And that's very difficult to control in indoor because everybody's moving so fast. And again, the impact is higher of taking it in the wrong spot. But also, how much time you have to be proactive in this kind of environment? Very, very, very little. So, oh, okay. In that case, first comment, Ben. Good to have you. Okay. For me, this is a breakdown of 3 meters because even though Chad's absolutely right, defenders can't be expected to disappear. They also can't move in a way that takes the most attractive channel away from the attacker. So in this case, it would have been very easy for the defender to step to one side. And no, they can't, you know, if they're not trying to interfere and the ball is being driven at them and they're just stationed, they're like, look, I'm really trying not to be a part of this. But that's clearly not what he's doing. He's backing up with his stick down with intent and in that attractive lane. That's a breakdown. Thanks very much. Huh. And look, we're in this place and there wasn't a horn. That's very odd. Oh, well. Let's just see if there's any way. You're in those. Okay. Also yellow card because of the breakdown of the play. Okay, question from Ad. Or is the PC enough? In this particular case, wait, was it this replay? So, or wait, this one. We're at this one. Okay, so we're in the first quarter. We're only 5 minutes into this first quarter. I think this was, from memory, this was the first breakdown of the game. So would you need to card this at this moment? A yellow card's kind of big to go with off your first breakdown. So would this even need a green card? And I'd say no, because especially at this level, the corner is enough. And also it's said in the commentary, and you probably didn't hear it, but the commentators believe that Antonio makes a signal for 3 meters on this. So he doesn't even call it for the breakdown. He does call it for the 3 meters. So that might help you out in a little bit of that. Was the PC in the match awarded for the 3 meters or for the breakdown? For the high. I'm psychic. Needs a super quick whistle to reset if you think the attacker is taking liberties on the location. Yes, of the free push. Otherwise, the defenders interfered with play well within 3 meters before then putting the stick in. Excellent explanation. Thank you, Mike. I agree. Okay. And the pièce de résistance. Pièce de résistance. The final seconds of the final.
And you've got it. And that might be enough.
So we could run a poll here. Was this a penalty corner from the free push that's taken just outside the circle, or is this play on? Hey, no problem, Ad. I'm just waiting for your comment to come up so I can put it up here. This is what I'm here for, is to try to help you make sense of it. And again, it's not a critique or a repetition or a performance review of the umpires making the decisions here. These are all things that we're simply going to be learning from because we're reviewing them as well. Okay. Thank you very much, Kat, for popping that up. If you guys haven't given Kat a round of applause yet, let's go, because she's doing awesome on the polls. Okay. No. I am barely able to do my job here. So Mike is voting for a play on. We got 75% going with a play on right now. Yay! Wait, I wonder if the confetti will work on this screen. Am I going to mess everything up? Let's find out. I can. Oh. Pole setter. She's not setting down poles. She's writing poles. Very funny. It's a defender's free push, so play on, says our friend Rachel. Okay. Best not to try to amend the rules with seconds to go into your final. It's weird, isn't it? So the German squad, the coaching staff, the fans are incensed at this. Absolutely go bonkers. And you saw the reaction, particularly that was leveled at our friend. I'm not just going to call him the umpire because that's really silly. We all know this is Sean Edwards. And not only is he here doing this final, he also did the Euro final last time. It's not like he's unknown. It's not like he's like a naif, new to the whole indoor game and like, oh, what's this sport and what are these rules? He knows his stuff. But let's just make sure that we know our stuff. And let's go to the thing, okay? Actually, wait. No, this one. We're going to end the poll. Okay? I'm ending the poll because you have to vote fast, everybody. And I'm going to do this. Don't worry. I'm just setting this up because I need... Oh, crap. I did mess it up. Okay. Let's just go back to this. Andy HC is here. Hi, friend. Are you new? Are you new as well? Okay. 15% of you at this point are looking for a free push just outside, or you want a penalty corner awarded because of this. Let's look at the rules, shall we? 13.2. Procedures taking a free push, center pass, and putting the play back after it's been outside the pitch. Clause B, opponents must be at least 3 meters from the ball. Okay, we just went through a scenario where we had an opponent who wasn't 3 meters from the ball. And then C, when a free push is awarded to the attack within the half of the pitch that they are attacking, all players, other than the player who's taken the free push, must be at least 3 meters from the ball. Once again, for the people in the back, when the free push is awarded to the attack within the half of the pitch that they are attacking, wouldn't it be shocking if we knew, without a shadow of a doubt, that one of the top indoor hockey nations in the world, or at least let's not tar everybody, it's just the entire squad and the entire coaching staff, number 32 there, and then number 25 who's angrily gesticulating, wouldn't it be a shocker if they were just flat out wrong? So I've decided that if anybody from this incident anybody who's involved here from the German squad, I will act as a go-between. If you would like to send your apologies along because you don't want to contact Sean directly, because it'd be a shocking thing to do. Might be an overture that's a little bit risky. I'm willing to be the go-between. So at AFH Umpires on any social media, come and I will set up the meeting so that you can apologize, because I'm sure you want to. I'm sure that's something that you would do, because boy, it'd be shocking. That, my friends, is where I'm at with all this. I don't even know what's happening. I've got things on my screen that I don't understand. Great lesson in focus. Absolutely right, and Mike. When the world explodes around you, filter out the noise and process what actually happened. And I mean, Sean's composure walking away in that last moment, I'd be turning around and I'd either laugh in their face. No, I wouldn't do any of those things. We are armchairing this like you wouldn't believe. So I get it. I am just really, really impressed. I don't think I could have that composure in that moment. I would turn around and say, would you pick up a damn rule book? For once in your life. And if you want to talk about a decision by a player to watch this, to be a part of this, oops, I pressed on the wrong one, to be a part of this play and then literally for the last 10 seconds of the game not be engaged because you're too busy with your arms up in the air walking up to the umpire and not doing your job. Talk about a game-changing decision. I mean, it's not, because all these other things that happened all throughout the 40 minutes in which this match was played were every one of them changed the game. But will you hear any kind of recriminations? Recriminations? Recriminations is probably the word I should have said. You won't hear anything like that. Let me see if I can rescue the screenshots here. The screenshot that I had of the poll result. Okay. So just make sure that you are the person who knows the rules better than any of our friends. The reaction of those players was sincere. They weren't trying to pretend they didn't know the rules and were trying to cheat. It wasn't about something that had been missed in terms of like perceiving it. It's not that the eyes weren't on the game. They were authentically but completely mistaken as to what the rule read. And this is why if you're watching this as a coach or a player or even just a fan, not just a fan, we love you. You're a fan of this game. In order to be better at what we do in the hockey, we all have to know the rules better. And we have to have these discussions. And when you think about how much we talk to each other, we know that we are more than happy to sit down and nerd out about hockey rules with any coach, any player, most of the time, unless you're yelling at us. I was going to say anytime, but not at the time where you're yelling at us. So this could make the difference for your team, your ability to score that goal or to make that save, or for you to coach your team to tie up the game in the last 10 seconds of a European final. Okay? That is the potential that knowing the rules has. It could be a 5%, a 10%, hell, it could be a 50% performance improvement in some levels. Giving you an edge over your competitors. So even if you're not an umpire and you don't need to know this, and for the 15% who didn't get this right, go read the rule books, okay? Yeah. Oh, you know what I haven't been doing? Playing my background music just for me. And this is the thing. I saw it and I watched it. And I was like, maybe they're mad at something else. Maybe there was a foot or an obstruction or something. And I'm like, no, the instant the ball went from one Austrian player to the other Austrian player who was clearly within 3 meters, then instant that happened, everybody's arms went up in the air. I don't know. Hi, Gretchen. Good to see you. Yep. Don knows the rules. And it's tough. I know that we're using words like it's a defender's free or a defending free, but when you have the ball, you're the attack, especially in indoor. There's a smaller separation between forwards and defense. and all that sort of thing. And it's just, so when you're in possession, you're an attacker, but it's when the free push is awarded to the attack within the attacking half. And that is a lot of words to say. So I understand the shorthand. It's fine. I just want to make sure that we all know what that means. Almost. Mr. Denman, is this really why you joined this community? You were like, I want to be smarter than the rest of the people out there on the pitch. And yeah, that would be a really great time to hit a like button, because I'm mind reading. If I don't get rewarded for mind reading, I'll be really upset. Oh, Don, the crowding is, yeah. There's crowding, and then there's the level of appealing that you've been seeing out on the sports ball thing. And that gets pretty close. And that really pisses me off. Because it's, even if it was justified, it's never justified. Even if the umpire had gotten the rule wrong, but I could at least understand. If it matters that much to you, pick up the damn rule book. That's what I say. If you're a hot shot German player on the national indoor squad, and you're going to be competing for the gold medal at the Indoor World Cup in February, pick up the damn rule book. And that's been my rant of the week. I tried. Oh my God, William, that's a really good question. Is there a place where somebody could get a comprehensive course that introduces them to all the rules? Right here. Oh my God, I doubled up my cameras here. That's fascinating. Yes, the level 1 indoor comprehensive is on pre-sale right now. This is intended to be a thorough soup to nuts, almost like a certification course, but without the certification. I'll give you a certificate at the end though. If you do it, I'll give you a certificate. Okay, I will make it. It'll be very pretty. It'll be digital. And by next year, it'll be on the blockchain that you've done a course with me. Shh, that's coming. But yes, this is the place. So if you go to FH Umpires, I thought I had a thing, but it's okay. Cat's on it. FHumpires.com/L1I. L1I, level 1 indoor. You can sign up and it will be released on the 12th. Interestingly, I thought that was going to be an optimal time for the release, and actually there's some indoor happening in the Englands that people have been asking for this last week, and I thought, dang, missed out on that deadline, but it'll still be worthwhile. So I hope you give it a shot. And while we are in the middle of announcements, I would like to say a couple things before we move on to our next topic. Mr. Denman, aforementioned Mr. Denman, who doesn't want to make an ass of himself, an arse of himself. Thank you very much for buying me rosés. I am going to drink them next week on the holiday special. So you will be able to watch me drink the thing that you sent to me. Isn't that amazing? That's going to happen. I can't wait. So, Steve, I said lots of great things about you on the last show, and I'm sure you watched it. I'm sure you clipped it. I'd clip it. I was getting emotional. But thank you very much. And I'm so glad that you are a part of our group. Welcomes going out here. Jan Millier of Belgium. Hi. Just joined FHU 3T Green. I am delighted. I'd play more sounds, but I don't have them on this Stream Deck page. There he goes. Somebody's blushing. I love how that is. So Jan has joined up with the third team. Whoops, I didn't mean to fire that again. And if you're wondering what all that third team is about, oh, I fired it and it did not work. Let's see what happens if I try to do it manually. Nope. Nope. It's not here. FHU 3T. One more? Nope. Maybe if I say it more times, the technology will change. That's not how it works, Keely. But the green membership is $7 US a month, which is pretty much like a venti Starbucks. And with that, you get access to the clip library and special areas in the Discord so you can hang out with your fellow green whistled friends. And occasionally you'll get invited to watch parties. Just saying. I'm like, oops, I made this available to everybody. I'm so embarrassed. Everybody in the third team, come watch this watch party. So think about doing that. But if you're like our friend Joop here, Joop van Dijk, Van Dijk, Joop van Dijk. There we go. I literally ran that through Google Pronounce. Joop van Dijk. He joined Yellow. Yay. Yellow is our mentoring level, and that is $27 US a month, and we do lots of stuff together. It's kind of, yeah, like we're in a long-term relationship once we're in Yellow together. So I'm so excited. Can't wait to work with you and get to know him and his goals better and get him into all of the huddles that we do and the watch parties and all that sort of thing. So thank you very much for signing up. There we go. Okay. How am I doing? Yeah, it's 1 o'clock. Of course it is.
In front of their keeper.
I need to get rid of this. Isn't this fun? There we go. Got it. Topic 2. Hitting the ball at indoor. So I tried to find things to talk about that were non-outdoor things. Oh, this is awkward.
In front of
Here we
their
go.
keeper.
So here are a few examples of hitting.
That shot at goal.
And unfortunately, Gemma's hiding behind my head in this moment because that's where my camera is. But you look, I've paused it right at the moment where she's really taken that backswing that has then come to a follow through. And when a player is a little off balance, a little bit under pressure, there might be the times that you're more likely going to be seeing a mistake like this. Okay? More than 50 centimeters, probably like more than a meter, that amount of backswing is not acceptable in indoor hockey. So I hope there's not very many questions about that one. And thank you very much for putting up the link for the third team because my overlays aren't working today. Okay, so probably not too many questions about that. Another example from the same game.
Stop nonetheless.
This one's a little harder to pick up. But in this deflection, you can understand that a player is going to need to exert some more force on that ball because it didn't come at her hard enough in order to achieve what she was looking for. And that is not the right replay for this. So let's see if I can get that going. I'll just do this. Okay.
Stop nonetheless.
Again, it's that backswing away from the ball. We know that there's going to be a difference. That the ball doesn't have to necessarily be in full contact. The stick doesn't have to be in full contact with the ball all the time. But if the stick is brought away more than 50 centimeters, that's not going to work. 15 centimeters. Are you sure it wasn't 50? Because 15 is really small. That's what she said. Just saying. Is it the holidays yet?
The ball, Andy, but
I'll just go with this. So hopefully that was 50. Okay. Yellow rocks. Yoop is happy. That's better than anyone that's ever tried it. Yay! Yoop, fun, dike. Yes. It's just, it doesn't come out quickly, obviously, yet. But there you go. Okay. Here's another hit, and this follows up on the, not a hit, but it's an issue. We had this discussion after a line save by a defender 2 weeks ago now. And more than that scenario, this one gets a little closer. So I would be interested in hearing your takes. If we could do a quick poll, whether, and we don't have to talk about whether it's a PC or a stroke. We can just say it's a hit or not a hit. Hit or legal save at goal. When you watch in slow-mo, please keep in mind it always looks worse. It always looks more significant. It always looks much more prominent than you would than you see on the pitch. And I have no doubt that in the moment I would have made exactly the same call as Gemma here. And it may well be the correct call. But I'm interested in what you guys think. There is the awkward part of the ball actually going at the player's head body. When you think about it, like the courage to be able to put your stick up in front of your face. She actually has to duck her head away from where it's going. And again, she's a defender there to save the shot. That's her job. She's taking on that responsibility. She is putting herself in a dangerous position. If this hit her in the head, I'm so sorry, but that's why she's wearing a mask, and it would be her foul. But she's able to evade that ball. She ducks her head out of the way, gets the stick up in front of her, and then you can argue, you can look at how much force or directionality is put into that ball. How much of that is a reflex? How much of it's not? I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. I'm not going to run the poll for very long because it's already won. So, answer quickly. Okay. Well, I can see votes are still coming in. We're sitting at 80% for legal right now. So I'll just give you a couple more seconds. Oh yeah, comments would be good. Burton can confirm. I just mentioned it. I'm not sure what you guys mentioned. I've forgotten, but I'm sure it was funny. 15 is too small. There's no way. You're just not calling it. It's just not happening. And that doesn't fit with what we see in the FIH umpires briefing either. So, has to do vertical, not forward, 100% behind Joe. Okay. There you go. It looks like the rebound from the initial shot. Okay, so what we're talking about, Lou, is the action that the defender takes in making this save. Okay, that is what we're looking at. Okay, a couple more seconds, and I will end this poll. So, good result here. 83% of you. 83% of you thought that it's a legal save, and 16% of you considered it a hit. And I think that it's perfectly reasonable to look at the motion and say, yes, there is a lot of stick. There's a lot of a movement of the stick towards the ball, and that meets the technical requirements of a hit. The purpose of the rule, though, let's go back to that. And the purpose is, the reason we don't hit an indoor is that it's dangerous. Because the ball being propelled at a high rate of speed not on the floor where the ball should be traveling predictably instead of bouncing up and down, even off turf, but off grass, imagine that. But when it's on the court and it's traveling at a high, very high rate of speed, it's predictable. If it's in the air, completely unpredictable. We don't know what's going to happen. So we don't want the ball being hit because of the danger of even speeding that up even more and risking injury as defenders get too close to the follow through. Because what engages a backswing results in a forward swing, a follow through. Okay, so those are the two elements that we're thinking of. And the reason for that rule being in place, not being able to hit the ball, genuinely hit the ball out of the air while making a save, is because really we're looking for danger. To call it in that instance, I think would be quite officious. Very little chance for danger there, wasn't advantageous, and she actually kept everybody else out of danger because of how she directed the ball back down onto the court. If she had taken advantage of being able to contact the ball in the air by sending it higher or at a height back over people's sticks, then you'd say that's a hit that could have been dangerous, but also there's a significant advantage in there. So we are not going to allow that. So that, I think, is the big distinction, and it's a distinction with a difference. That's what I say. And don't be an officious eggplant. It might be on a shirt. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Let's see. Inga, so if the white attacker would have been 3 meters closer, the same action is not penalized with a PC. I think you mean, is the action penalized with a PC? If the white attacker had been 3 meters closer, it would have been... And hey, let's go to the rules. Let's go to the rules. There's a reason why we have this sort of thing. Okay. So we're going to go back to section 9 and we're going to make sure we know what hitting is. And let's see. So we're looking at 9:10 here. Players must not play the ball when it's in the air, except that a player from the team which did not put in the air may stop it. And that includes shots. And let's just see, am I missing? Somebody have a section for me, because I feel like I'm missing something in this. Trapping, ugh, 919. You know indoor has an issue when there's 19 subclauses in that. So let me just double check in section 13. After playing the ball, goal can't be because it's none of this corner. I'm looking for the language where it talks about when the ball needs to be genuinely hit and what the penalty is. Let's see if somebody rescues me in the comments, because I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that it's somewhere, and I'm just... Am I on drugs? This is why I open up the rules, you guys, though, because I assume, just like everybody else, I assume that I know where something's going to be, and then suddenly it's not, and there you go. So, I'm not asking anything of an automated AI intelligence. Any questions about eggplants? And there we go. Okay, let's see what's happening here. So on the back line, we're looking for more of a hit, like a baseball hit. Yeah, compared to technically a hit according to the rules. Yes, I think because the ball's already in there, you're looking at... You don't have the court and that flat surface to easily calculate the distances. You're also dealing with a situation where somebody's making a goal-saving action, not offensively playing the ball, and that's what we're penalizing when I'm talking about how if the ball gets hit, over opponent's sticks, who, if that ball hadn't been, propelled with force out of the air, directed, they would have had a chance at that ball. That's that advantage that we don't want to grant. So I think that all ties in together there. And let's see. We brought them tea. What are we talking about? Did I miss something? I'm sure I did. 9.7, 9.9. Okay, let's go. Thank you. It's really hard to do this on the fly. I know I make it look easy, but I don't make it look easy. Yes, thank you. So 9-7, well done, Yoop. When saving a shot at goal, the defender must not be penalized if their stick is not motionless or traveling towards the ball while attempting to stop or deflect the shot. Only if the ball is genuinely hit and a goal prevented should a penalty stroke be awarded. If a defender attempts to stop or deflect a ball traveling towards the goal, which will actually miss the goal, just penalize it with a penalty corner, not a stroke. And if dangerous play results after a legitimate stop or deflection, a penalty corner must be awarded. Okay, so couched in that kind of language, I think it's pretty clear that we don't want to be getting too harsh on that particular thing. And then let me just take a quick look at 9-9. Okay, and they must not raise the ball. Yeah, 9-7. Okay, so we're all good. Cool. So the last
restless around
hittings.
Some of the decisions going on.
Yes, I'm sure they're all keen.
I'm missing a couple here, but this is a subtle one that a lot of umpires, I think, wouldn't necessarily have been on top of. And it's the swinging tackle. So when you're umpiring indoor, anytime you see a swing going into a tackle, you are very likely in a hitting situation because you have a backswing of probably much more than 50 centimeters contacting the ball. And even though that stick is sweeping along the ground, we know from outdoor that a stick that is hitting in a sweeping motion is still a hit. The definition of a sweep hit includes the word hit, so it's circular. We get it. Okay, so it's really important to get that concept in our minds and to be looking for that. You'll see this often as an attacker is dribbling, driving the weak side, driving, to their right to a defender's left, and the defender is behind the ball a little bit and then steps out and sweeps the ball off the back line. Even if it doesn't look super like it's gonna go straight off that back line, that is both a sweeping hit, a hit, and it's also playing the ball intentionally off the end line. Okay, that's all there. You're very welcome. Okay, that is topic 3, and I don't even have to do 2-minute warning. What are we talking about now? Bullies! Shane? Are you here? Are you here for it?
Effective Dutch press there.
Well, the Dutch just losing.
There tend to be much more. There tend to be many more bullies in indoor than there are in outdoor. And it's because we have this weird, reasonable, but we have a restriction against playing the ball in the air, which means that the ball, if it's on the floor, you now have lost a whole dimension in which you can move it, and players are now restricted to just what's on the flat surface, and it means that you just run out of space, you run out of places to go. So this is an example of what we would call just a unintentional trap of nobody's fault. So this is rule 9.19. So the two players literally came together in a 50-50 ball and it needed to be played. I slowed down this bully because I wanted to look and check. Now, the German player doesn't start with her stick down on the ground, but after that initial touch, everything else is quite legal. So let's just double check on this. Bullies are going to be here. Okay, the two players start with their sticks on the ground to the right of the ball and then tap the flat faces of their sticks together just once over the ball, after which either player is permitted to play. So there wasn't at any moment in this bully where the German player actually put her stick on the ground. And it's beautiful because we get this very close-up view. Okay, and I do take some, but we don't lose the stick at any moment. So you could call this as a free push against for the illegal bully. Does the German player gain an advantage from not having to start on the ground and getting the tap? And so she just has to move forward to tap and then she can move her stick down? Yeah, she does. Okay, so seeing this in real time, holy smokes, really, really hard. Oh, yes, of course, Shane, you're listening. I'm not saying their name. I'm not saying the name. Yeah, we are starting with a bully, Alistair. And you're wondering, is this actually Keely? We have to talk about these things. Foul for the German as she uses the back of her stick, not the flat side of her stick, to touch the opponent's stick. No, that's the next one, Sean. Watch. The Dutch player also has not started on the ground. Actually, no, she does. She does. From what I can see. Okay, sorry. Let me get the... if I remove this... Actually, wait a minute. You might be right. Hang on. Oh, you're right. They both hover. I'm just too busy focused. Simultaneous foul committed by both players. So, what do we award? A bully. This is why I hate bullies, you guys. They're dumb. They're dumb. At least she puts her stick on the ground after the whistle goes in order to come up and make the tap. And that's why she's so darn slow compared. So actually, I do think she doesn't start. She gets her stick on the ground before she makes the tapping motion. So there is that. Oh my God, are you talking about the Hockey Heroes video that I'm just about to pull up? And there's nothing to say that you can have anyone do that you can't have anyone do the bully. Yes, anybody can take the bully. That's absolutely correct. Hi, Hartmut. It's good to see you. Hi. Let me see. I'm gonna air horn. Hi, Hartmut. I'm glad you're here. And Lockie's just crawled out of bed, and he's gotta love seeing a bully. Okay. Let's have, I want to see what Yoop says here. In most levels in the NL, the bullies perform the way the Dutch player does it, not starting with the stick on the ground, but touching the ground after the whistle. Yeah, so I think that satisfies the requirement, to be totally honest. I think that works. We don't need to get overly officious about the word start. And in fact, you can argue that if that's the taught technique, maybe they should change techniques, because I don't think that's extremely effective. Maybe that's just me. And if you feel like it's more of a disadvantage,
Drop!
Thought twinsies! Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much fun. Okay, let's look at the second clip that I pulled out.
That's the foot on the line. It'll be another penalty stroke here. Now it's Austria.
Really tough call. Happened very, very quickly.
Protests. And then again, the umpires are going to talk.
Hassoun there on the line.
Well, the fact that the umpires are talking face to face rather than through the microphone suggests to me this might be turned over. Yeah, indeed it is.
So, unless I'm on drugs,
At penalty corners.
the ball careens off the post. And now we have a no reason why the whistle went, therefore we need to restart with a bully.
Oh, that's got to be a penalty corner.
And then we have this.
I think there was
Lots to unpack here. So much fun.
Michael Corker
This is going to
there
be great for our
trying
last
to
10
come to
minutes.
some agreement about the
I'm sure it's
bully
gonna
and where the ball should go.
Take up most of our
And
stuff
they obviously
here.
didn't. It was having had their
Pass and reach for this.
yeah, their little meeting, so they actually both went for it, and then Michael Corr put a little bit of anger there.
Watch carefully. Okay, so we're not going to concern ourselves about the initial decision, okay? I think the correction is correct, that the ball careens off the post, hits the defending player in their glove, which is on the stick, and it's ball to glove, not glove to ball. Therefore, no problem, play on, no hitting of the ball, nothing to see here. And because the call was made and it disadvantaged the attack so much, you would hope in this moment that there's going to be some kind of cooperation. I'm not sure if the umpire here, and I don't want to say his name incorrectly. I think it's Oli, but it could be that I'm mispronouncing that. So my apologies if I've done so. But I think Oli sees what happens with the bully. But let's talk about that. And then the pursuant, or the next 3-meter infringement, ends up with the penalty corner. Oh no, not the flat side. Tough to see in real time. Yeah, he doesn't tap his opponent's stick with the flat side of his stick, does he? He uses the round side, which gives him an excessive advantage. February 22nd, 2022, my friends, we reviewed this. Look, that's me in the middle of the screen. And let's see. I don't know if this will come through for you.
Yeah, but instead of going flat to flat, you already turn your stick to your back stick, because then you go down and you can immediately get the ball.
Twinsy.
So on speed. And I got it.
Slow-mo.
Watch it in slow-mo. Okay.
Get you.
Okay. What do y'all think? Yope, you cannot answer. Were you the same you? Was it the same you? I don't know if it was. If it was, that's amazing.
Nope, says Luke.
See how we're getting back to the same things over and over again. It's good to review it.
Okay. I don't know
Okay.
what's going on to the next. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna pause that.
Darren, if only you did indoor over there.
Nope.
Oh, and I can hear this. I can hear
not
that still
tricky, so I'm
playing,
not
so I
gonna
have to
play
go
that.
back to that scene. And I have to pause it. There we go. Okay. So if you want to go back and you want to see that whole footage and our discussion of the 3 techniques that hockey heroes were advocating of ways to more successfully have more successful outcomes in bullies. One of them perfectly legal. Another one, that one there, absolutely not legal whatsoever. And I think the umpire here did see that, and that's why the free hit was called, or the free push was called. So it was pretty amazing. Steven, if in a bully you were to tap your opponent's stick with excessive force sufficient to knock back their stick, you assume it would be a foul. Yeah, it's obstruction. Yeah, you just call obstruction. not trying to play the ball. It's an interesting concept that they actually have to hit the other person's stick. Tap, but you know, but there's contact there, but it can't be excessive contact. See, it's an artificial rule, so it's dumb. I hate everything that's artificial, and Yoke does remember it now, and isn't that amazing? Oh my goodness. I think you might have had a different avatar at the time. Yeah, God, ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so fun times with bullies. And very technical decisions to make, but ones that do have an impact. We saw in the first example that there definitely was something there. Not having to start with your stick on the ground meant you can tap and then you can just tap and glide over and pull the ball back. And then with that one, actually tapping with the flat side of the stick. Not cool. And you were still in your green shirt. There you go, you. Excellent. Okay, the last clip that I want to show you from indoor is just like, this is public service announcement time. There's no big question really here.
The Netherlands.
But it's good to see.
So, green card for Interkerscher.
Which will benefit the start of the second half here for the Netherlands. No time to take advantage.
We don't wear gloves in indoor in order to take balls hard into our hands. We wear gloves because people aren't supposed to do this, and yet they still do. This is one of those, you can call this either under the turn and fire, but both possibilities of what is drilling are satisfied here in this scenario. You have both a set stationary defender and the ball is pushed hard at them from a short distance away. You have both that situation, and you have the situation where there is a turn and fire. And the unpredictability of where that ball is going to be also makes it more dangerous. Okay, so this is the first of anything that happens in this game, and it's just an immediate green card, off you go. The way you deal with this will depend on the level and the savviness. It will also depend on the severity of the drill. Something that it looks it's very hard. The attacker had a lot of reason to know. They had a lot of knowledge on their side, all those sort of things. We really don't take a permissive view. And every time, you guys, I mean, I say these things on these shows, not because I'm perfect and never get this wrong. I am coaching myself right now. In the first game of the 2 games I did on Sunday night, I didn't ping the first opportunity for a drill, and it was a mistake because it happened again. And if I had pinged it the first time, much less likelihood it would have happened again. And I was very disappointed in myself. Shame, shame, shame is what I'm saying. And these are lessons that we have to continually take into ourselves. We have to make sure that we're hearing this over and over again. You have to take the first opportunity. And it doesn't mean at very low levels, if the drill isn't very hard, or if the players are quite naive, you might have some room. But when it comes to dangerous play, how much room do you really have? So don't be afraid to step in right away, and don't feel, and don't make the mistake of saying, oh, I'll get the next one. Because you're right, there will be a next one. And then there will be a one after that and a one after that, because you've proven to the players that you're not necessarily going to be consistent. So why shouldn't they try it on? Okay. What does the FIH briefing say about pirouette? Hard to say. Yeah, and Lucky, that's exactly the rule that we're looking for here, is we're looking for 9.8 right there. Playing the ball deliberately and hard into an opponent's stick, feet, or hands when a player is in a set or stationary position, and players collecting, turning, and trying to play the ball deliberately through a defending player is either close to or is trying to play the ball are both dangerous actions. So those are two separate things, and I will put in the description, and I will put up in a little card that's going to pop up here for the replay folks, a link to the clip or the section of a live stream where I really talked about this in detail and broke down exactly why these two things are separate and why one or the other is enough to qualify as drilling. But the big mistake that I didn't see in any of the European Championships, maybe they were in games that didn't happen, hopefully not though, is that the drilling when it was called was definitely done so because the ball was being played at the defender within their body. Because we're not protecting sticks, we're protecting bodies, we're protecting faces, we're protecting hands. Okay? And that's what it is there. And that's exactly what Lockie's talking about. Oh my God, another thought twinsy. This is disgusting. And I'm here for it. Wow. Good work, everybody. Super fun. Niche reference for Mike. Yeah, I have no idea who Darcy Bustle is, but probably a dancer. That's what I'm thinking. On one of those Strictly shows? Is that what we're talking about? Strictly? All right. So don't forget, next week, ugly sweaters, ugly holiday sweaters. I am looking for them. I am not foreshadowing what is to come from a certain person's wardrobe. Not at all foreshadowing. I'm just saying you might want to get an ugly sweater picture and you might want to be there. And if you are not living in a North American time zone, you may have the opportunity to join me in a celebratory libation. We had a lot of fun last year and the year before. Last year we played a bunch of games. Hopefully we can get that organized again this week. It was a bit of a marathon. I was hungover at 7 p.m. It hurt. It was terrible. I am going to make sure I take a nap at like 6 so I can sleep through that very terrible part. But we're definitely doing that. Don't forget that the level 1 indoor comprehensive with the... Look, I could do it like really fast. Can I do it? /L1I. There, look. Go here, fhumpires.com/L1I pre-sales for the comprehensive. I know it's more expensive than, whoops, as she kicks her camera, than the rest of the courses that I usually do, but it's because it's comprehensive. It's 6 hours worth of material. So it's kind of a big deal. But you also are going to be part of a group who are going to be helping give me feedback, I hope, on how helpful it is. So don't be shy. I will be asking for your opinions. So do it. And then all of the support that I can give to you, all the questions, the rehearsals, all that sort of thing, that can happen in the FH Umpires Discord, the home of the FHU 3T. Thank you very much for that. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you back. I mean, the holiday party is going to be well worth it, but look, I won't be offended if you don't show, because you're here for the true, like, you're here for the hardcore knowledge. And I get that. I get that. I will not be sad. I will just be a little wistful. I'll be wistful. Okay? And then we're going to take a break. At least 1 week. I haven't decided if I'm going to come back on January 4th. I haven't decided yet. I just have to kind of see how much rest I need. Because this truly is a time where we should be taking rest. Because it's just going to get crazier in 2023. I have lots of plans, big plans. We have the EHL weekend in Amsterdam for all the yellow members who would like to come and join in. It's gonna be fantastic. Kat has been working so hard on the plans. I can't wait to see everything else that she's got wrapped up. I'm like, here, you guys decide what we're gonna do with this. You make it a reality, and I'll just fly over from Canada. It's gonna be fine. Okay. And I wish you all, if you don't come back for the holiday show next week, I wish you all the best for your break. Hug your friends, hug your fam, hug the post person, hug anybody who looks like they need it, because sure, we're in an endemic now, but hugs are important. And if you get that chance to thank people, show your appreciation, show your love for them, this is the time to do it. Okay, thanks very much for joining in. It was great to have you, and we'll see you on the next one. And I've missed my scene. Okay, bye everybody.